Welcome to Dream, Dare, Do Leadership Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, Augustine Azevedo, and this is episode number 2. Now, I wanted to talk to you about a framework that I created called the Tears Method. And over the next couple of days, I'll be going through the entire Tears Method with you. But I wanted to start off with the letter T and how this is going to help you create the life that you actually truly desire to live. I want to take you back to a time in my life where I had severe sciatica nerve pain going down both my legs. And the pain was excruciating at the time. I didn't know what to do. I experienced it for about 3 years in a row. And then one day, I had to use the restroom, and I walk over to the restroom, and I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, I wonder if death would feel better than this physical pain that I'm going through right now, right? So that thought process started a downward spiral into thinking that, death was probably the way out for me. And fortunately, I caught myself in these negative thought patterns. And I shifted my thought, I shifted my energy into thinking positively about things. I began to pray. I also started thinking about my wife, who I love dearly, and the life that we shared together, and the life forward. I started thinking about future things together with her, such as the vacations that we haven't been on, and just so many positive thoughts. I started thinking about it, even though I was in excruciating pain at the time. So by shifting my thought process from the negative space that I was in, I shifted it to the positive side of things. And that literally saved my life. With time, anything can be healed. And fast forward, I did get spinal surgery done, and I'm a brand new man. No more physical pain, but I did go through a lot of emotional pain because I experienced that physical pain for 3 years. A lot of negative thought patterns were swirling around in my mind, and I really had to work hard on removing those thought patterns. And one way to do it, so one thing that I'll ask you to do if you're having a lot of negative thoughts, because every circumstance, every situation that's outside of us, or that we have no control over, or that we see and perceive, right, in our reality, we have a decision to make at that moment in time. We can A, choose to be negative about that situation or circumstance, or B, we can choose to be positive, right? And I know it's easier said than done, because sometimes some people just do stupid things. I'm sorry. I had to say it. I remember one time my manager, she's not a manager, but she's kind of like at the same level that I'm at. She had some constructive criticism to give me regarding some of my work that I was doing. And at that moment in time, I was thinking to myself, wow, who the heck does she think she is, giving me advice on something that I've been doing for years? And another side of me was thinking, okay, that's some pretty good advice or whatever, and thank God I chose the positive side of things, because if I would have chose the negative side, we probably would have gotten a big argument, and it just would have snowballed from that point going forward. So you have choices. Now, choosing the positive, and how you do that is you can create some of the tools that I used, or a gratitude journal. If you can get a gratitude journal and really focus on the things that you're grateful for in your life, like your significant others, your friends, your colleagues, people that love you, people that care for you, your community, right? We have a large community here. You start thinking those positive things that you're grateful for. You're grateful for your health. You're grateful for the food, the shelter, your home, your cars, everything, right? You start to create a list, and that will put you in a better mind space than rolling down this negative hill that a lot of people choose to go down. So I want to make sure that you got a grasp of this first letter of the Tears Method. It's a method that I wanted to share with you, and I've been wanting to share this with you for many, many years, except I didn't have the courage. I didn't have the courage to come out and speak on camera, to do a podcast, right? This is something that I'm not comfortable with. I'm comfortable with hitting live on a stream, right? And just spending a couple of hours just playing games and joking around, right? That's what I'm used to. And I was telling my daughter and my wife earlier, I said, Streaming was a whole lot easier than this podcast thing, right? Because in this podcast, I want to be able to give back so much of what I've been through and provide the tools and necessary inspiration and motivation. And I want it to be so perfect all the time. And that's what's kind of got me in this frustration kind of loop that I've been in over the past couple of days, creating these podcasts for you. Because I want to give back so much. I want to provide some tools and techniques and ideas and strategies and frameworks that you can use to help better propel your life in the future. So hopefully you got the grasp of how to use this tears method. Not just the T, just the thoughts. Just focus on how do you change your thoughts about everything in your life to be positive. How do you do that? There's a lesson in everything that happens. Every time you fail, there's a lesson. My son, one of his friends, she's a golfer. And, they spent thousands of dollars to travel and, to a different part of the state here in California. And, she's telling him the story that she came in last place and her parents got, kind of upset about it. And I told my son, I said, you know what, you make sure you tell her that sometimes we have to go through those places in life where we don't show up first in life, where we show up last. So that way we can learn from it and grow from it and realize that you need more practice, you might need more skill set and things like that. It could drive you into doing better and better and better, and not to give up. Don't give up. Never give up on your dreams, especially if you have a passion for doing it. So hopefully, her parents can see this, that there's nothing wrong with coming in last place. I've come in last place so many times I can't count, right? I'm 50 years old now, so I've come in last place many a times. But every time I came in last place, I learned, I grew, and I became better. And that's really what life's all about, is learning from our mistakes, learning from our past experiences, and then growing from there. So you're always growing through something, no matter what. If you're having a tough time in anything that you're doing, just know, hey, it's a learning opportunity. It's something that you didn't know yesterday, but you're going to learn it going forward. Just like this whole podcast, I didn't know how to do any of these things, but I'm learning and I'm growing. And I was so frustrated. I can't tell you how frustrated I was when I was creating these, the intro and the first episode just yesterday. I think I was the most stressed out that I possibly was in a very long time. And today, it's getting a little bit better. It's getting a little bit easier for me. I'm learning, I'm growing from every episode that I'm going to give you. I'm sure over time they're going to get better and better and better. So hang with me. If this episode has resonated with you, please, I want to hear your thoughts. Put them in the comments. Share this with somebody that needs to hear it or would like to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And I'll be uploading these to Spotify as soon as I can figure out how, okay? So if you have Spotify, get on Spotify. I'll let you know. Join the Discord channel. I'm gonna post the Discord channel link in the comments here below so that you can join the Discord channel and talk offline if you'd like and get some ideas. And if you have any questions for me as well, you can DM me. Don't forget to follow the socials. And I want you to just get everything out of this podcast that you could possibly get. All right? So keep dreaming, keep daring, keep doing. I'm your host, Augustine Azevedo, and I'll see you on the next episode. All right? Take care.